April 5th, 1933. One signature, one paragraph. It did not declare a bank holiday. It did not suspend the gold standard. Executive Order 6122 reclassified privately held gold coin, bullion, and certificates as federal inventory, effective immediately. To the public, it was a temporary emergency measure. To the Treasury ledger, it was a balance sheet operation disguised as patriotism. And here is what does not add up. The order forced exchange at $20.67 per ounce. 6 months later, the same gold was revalued at $35. The difference did not go to the citizen. It went to the federal balance sheet as newly created monetary base. This was not confiscation, it was reclassification, and the mechanism behind it still runs today. January 1933. The United States is in the 4th year of the Great Depression. Banks are failing at a rate of 40 per day. Depositors are rushing to convert paper dollars into gold, and the gold is leaving the country. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is constrained by the Gold Reserve Act of 1900. Every dollar in circulation must be backed by 40% gold. As gold flows out, the money supply must contract. As the money supply contracts, prices fall. As prices fall, debt becomes heavier. And as debt becomes heavier, more banks fail. Franklin Roosevelt takes office in March. His first act is the Emergency Banking Act, a temporary pause on withdrawals. But the structural problem remains. The gold anchor is too rigid for a system in freefall. So the administration looks for a legal pathway to expand the monetary base without formally abandoning the gold standard. And here is the question most histories skip. Was the goal to stabilize the economy or to transfer the value of private savings onto the public ledger, where it could be multiplied? Step 1. Legal reclassification. Executive Order 6122 does not seize gold. It changes its legal status. Gold held by individuals is no longer money. It becomes a commodity, and commodities, under the Trading with the Enemy Act of 1917, can be regulated in times of national emergency. The order requires all persons to deliver their gold to a Federal Reserve Bank by May 1, 1933. In exchange, they receive paper dollars at the statutory rate, $20.67 per ounce. Step 2. Forced exchange at a fixed rate. The rate is not market-based, it is the rate set by the Gold Standard Act of 1900. But by 1933, the real purchasing power of gold has risen, meaning citizens are forced to sell at a discount to the government. And here is the question this document still has not answered. Was this a system designed to fail, or designed to look like it failed? Drop your answer below. It changes everything about what comes next. Step 3. Balance sheet expansion. Once the gold is in treasury vaults, the Federal Reserve revalues it. The Gold Reserve Act of 1934 sets the new official price at $35 per ounce, a 69% increase. But the paper dollars issued in exchange are not retired. They remain in circulation, so the monetary base expands, not through printing, but through accounting. Step 4. Anchor devaluation. The dollar is still backed by gold, but now each ounce of gold backs more dollars. The anchor has not been removed, it has been stretched. And here is the part that history books skip entirely. The mechanism did not require new money to be printed. It required only a change in the legal definition of an asset and a revision of a single line on the Fed's balance sheet. The same architecture appears in 3 other systems we have documented. The pattern is not about gold. It is about control through classification. The effects are immediate. By the end of 1934, the Federal Reserve's gold holdings have increased by over 70%, not because more gold was mined, but because private holdings were transferred to public custody. The monetary base expands by over 40%. Prices stabilize. Exports become more competitive. The depression, statistically, begins to recede. But the cost is structural. Citizens who held gold as savings now hold paper dollars whose value has been diluted. The real wealth transfer is not visible in headlines. It is visible in the ledger, a quiet shift from private balance sheets to public ones. Internationally, the move pressures other gold standard nations to devalue or abandon the standard altogether. The global monetary system begins to fracture, not through war, but through accounting. and the precedent is set. In a declared emergency, the legal status of an asset can be changed, and with it, the distribution of wealth. The 1933 clause did not abolish the gold standard, it bypassed it. It did not confiscate wealth, it reclassified it, and in doing so, changed who controlled its multiplier effect. If the mechanism we just described sounds familiar, it should. The same architecture runs in 3 other systems we have already documented. Subscribe. We cover the ledger, not the legend. Today, the debate is not about gold. It is about digital assets, stablecoins, and central bank digital currencies. The question is no longer, can the government reclassify your savings? The question is, what legal category will your next asset fall into, and who gets to decide? The parchment is archived, the signature is dry, but the clause still runs, and the ledger is still open.